In this video, we're going to be replacing the wheel seal on this Freighliner Cascadia. The reason we're going to be replacing it is because, as you can see, it's leaking oil from here. We already cleaned a little bit, but it was leaking a lot. We're going to start by draining the oil. We're going to be removing this nut right here. So we're going to be using the socket, this 1516 socket. Just hit it right here, it'll come out. You can see the oil started coming out already. This is the inside, so we're gonna be removing this clip, this retainer clip. You just lift it up and put it out. We're gonna be removing this nut right here. We'll be using this socket, 3" 7/8, 6-point. Socket, it's a little loose, but it works for me. I don't know if you want to check the actual size for it. So right there is loose. Once we start to loosen this nut, the whole hub is going to start pushing out, coming out. That way you don't have to hit it with no hammer in the back. And this retainer clip is going to help it to come out. So we're going to start unscrewing this nut, and you're going to see the hub coming out already. So right there is coming out. So that easy, the hub comes out. I'm gonna remove the wheel seal, so we're gonna put it in this brake drum. I'm gonna remove the retainer clip first. It just comes out like this. Pull out the nut with the bearings. So if you want to replace the bearings, you can put some brand new ones. If you're not gonna put brand new bearings, you want to inspect them, make sure they're still good, and also this piece right here. And if they're damaged, you're gonna have to replace them. And now we're gonna remove this spacer, and we're gonna put a brand new one. So that one's trash already. Remove the bearings. We're gonna be using this type of S-cam, and where we're gonna be hitting the bearings so they can fall down. We're gonna be hitting it like somewhere around there, just on this part, the inside part. Don't hit it around here. You're gonna damage your bearings. So we're gonna be hitting it in this angle right here. Let me show you the inside. And you wanna hit it in different positions. So as you can see, it fell down already. The bearing is out. So now we're gonna clean the hub, remove all the old gaskets, and remove all the oil, and also clean out the bearings. We're gonna be using the same bearings. So this is the kit we're gonna be installing. This is the model number for this truck, and it comes with the spacer and the wheel seal. So we have everything clean now. Right here on the spindle, we sand it using this type of sandpaper. Just the edge right here, just to make sure everything's clean. And all the parts are clean, the bearings and everything, all the nuts. This is the tool we're going to be using to install the seal. This is a CR 435. This tool is very important to install it, to properly install it. We're going to put in the bearings. We're going to put some oil. like this. So we're gonna put some silicone around the hub and on the seal. This is optional. The manufacturer says not to put silicone, but we do it this way. They last longer. So we're just gonna put the tool on top and press the seal down. And just use a hammer and go around it. So once the seal is installed, make sure it spins freely. Make sure it's not stuck. Also gonna put some silicone around this area. On the other video, people ask me why I put silicone, that the seal is not gonna spin. And let me show you the way this two-piece seal works. This is where we're gonna put the silicone. So it's gonna be right here. And once it's in, this is how it spins. So as you can see, this part is not moving. This is where the silicone is gonna be. And on the outside, this is where it spins freely. As you can see, the inside is still in the same place. So this is the reason we use silicone, just to make it last longer. So this is where the hub's gonna be spinning. This is the old seal, just to give you an idea how it works. So this is where we put the silicone, just a little bit. And also on the spindle. So you just insert the spindle. So now we're gonna insert the spacer. It goes in this way. We're gonna do the bearings now. Put some oil around it too. And as you can see, the hub is sitting on his knee, so that the hub doesn't tilt down and damage the seal. So now we're gonna put the lock-in spacer. As you can see, it has this keyway, and it goes in right there. So now we're gonna insert the nut. So this is the Conmet brand, and on this one, it requires to put 500 foot-pounds of torque. This is the model, the Preset Plus. So when you torque it to 500, make sure you put the new spacer that comes with the kit, because if you use the old spacer, then the hub is not gonna turn freely. It's gonna be over tight, and you're gonna damage your bearings on the inside. So now we're just gonna put the nut. The torque wrench is set to 500 foot-pounds. So now we're gonna torque it. So right there, it clicked. So now it's at 500. So now the hub turns freely. So if we put the old spacer and we torque it to 500 foot-pounds, the hub wouldn't spin that easily. So now we're gonna install this retainer. As you can see, it has this pin right here. On the nut, it has these 3 little openings. So you're gonna have to insert this pin into one of the windows right here. So like in this case, this is the one that's open, and on this other two, the pin wouldn't go in. So we're gonna be putting it on this one right here. And the retainer, this is gonna have to sit in this little notches that the nut has, as you can see right here. So you just insert it like this. So right there it's in place. As you can see, it doesn't come out anymore. It's sat on each of the notches. Insert this other retainer, and this one is gonna have to sit in this groove right here. It just goes in like this. So you start out with so you just keep turning it. So you just push it in. So right there, it's in place. All the inside parts are ready. Now we're gonna install the shaft. We're gonna put some silicone around it, and we're also gonna put a thin layer of silicone around the hub. So the silicone is ready on both sides. Now we're just gonna insert the shaft, and we're gonna be using this type of bar to align the shaft on the inside. We're just gonna lift it up like this. So right there's a line. Then you just align it with the bolts. So now we're gonna insert the washers, and now we're gonna install the nuts. So everything is installed. Now we're gonna add some oil through this hole right here. Give you an idea of how the seal works. As you can see, this part, it doesn't move. So this is where we put the silicone, so the silicone doesn't affect the seal. So we're gonna remove this plug. This is where you check the oil level on the differential. We're using a square socket, this type. This is a 5/8 socket. This is a 5/8 socket, and this is a kit that it comes with. I'll try to leave the link in the description. So we're gonna be adding oil on the hub. I'll show you right now. So once we put the oil through the hub, the oil is gonna run all the way to this side, and when the oil starts leaking from there, that's when we're gonna know that the oil level is full. We're gonna be using this oil pump. This is where we're gonna put the oil in, and we're just gonna start pumping until the oil starts coming out of the differential. So when you're adding the oil, make sure that the differential is level on both sides. And when the oil starts leaking, I'll show you right now when it starts leaking, that's when we're gonna stop adding oil to the hub. So as you can see, the oil is coming out already. So now it's full. So now we're just gonna put the plug back in. We're just gonna tighten the plug. So now we're gonna put the plug back in. And to tighten the plug, we're gonna be using this Allen socket. This 1/4 socket. So everything is done. So thank you for watching.